Hello, good evening. Tonight we're going to be making chicken mayonaise. Now this is a broccoli and chicken dish with a creamy sauce on it, and it's served with some spliced roast potatoes. And it is probably one of the easiest dinner party meals that you can cook and impress your friends. And the good thing about this is that you could just put both the potatoes and the chicken mayonaise in the oven at the same time, and it takes about an hour to cook, which means it's really easy to prepare before your guests arrive and working out what time it's all going to be ready. No fuss. So let's make some chicken mayonaise. Okay, so step one, just get a couple of heads of broccoli and then just cut them off, and we're going to cover the bottom of our bowl, our serving dish, with the broccoli. Okay, so my pan is probably just a little bit on the big side for this dish, but that's okay. We'll just sort of spread this out evenly, so it covers that much. She loves bits of broccoli, but can't catch them. So the next step is I'm going to seal my chicken. So I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in the pan, and then put my chicken in. I'm just going to seal our chicken. I'll leave it on there for about probably 2 minutes aside. Okay, so just while that's sealing, I've put about, I guess, 4 tablespoons of what would it be, rapeseed oil in the roasting dish. I'm going to bung that in the oven at about 200 degrees, and that's on my pan, so it's quite a hot oven. Just looking okay, and now we just put it on top of the broccoli. And now we're ready to make the sauce. So you need 2 cans of condensed chicken soup. Okay, if you can find someone who can help you with cleaning these out, then that's great for when you put them in the recycle bin. Good girl, Fetch. Okay, and while Rose is cleaning that up, you need at least 4 decent sized tablespoons of mayonnaise. And then mix them through. And then the next bit is adding the curry powder. Now, I've said on the recipe it's it's 1 tablespoon, but you have to judge this yourself. You know how hot you like it and how, so yeah, adjust it to your own taste and the taste of your guests. But I'm going to put in a decent tablespoon there. It needed a bit more. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is just pour it over the chicken. Try and get it as evenly as possible. As this cooks, it's going to get it's going to get thinner and it will run a lot further, but it is quite a thick sauce. This is why you can kind of get away with just leaving a gap if you like me, you've got a pan that's a bit too big. Key though is to make sure that at least all the chicken gets covered up. Okay, so the thing that's going to make this dish just that little bit special, because we want to make it special because it's for a dinner party, is that we're going to splice these roast potatoes, and that means cutting quite thinly into the potato. Now, the thinner you can get it, you know, the better, but what you don't want to do is put a lot of effort into this and then go in and then chopping halfway through the potato. Now, the way that I've done this is a bit of a cheat, is that if you put a spoon there, then as soon as you start hitting the spoon, then you know you've gone far enough. We don't need to part boil these, because as it gets hotter, the potato will kind of split open, and then the heat will get to the middle of it, and then you should get a nice crispy outside, but a nice cooked potato on the inside as well. So we'll do a few more of those. Just judge how many you want per guest. 4, 5, something like that. Now, to make sure that these all cook at the same rate, so you want the potatoes to be ready at the same time as your chicken myers, the potatoes can't be massive. So these are about, I don't know, they're like the same size as I don't know, maybe a golf ball, or bigger than a golf ball, but you kind of get the idea. So if you do have one that's a bit bigger, I would just chop this one in half. And then basically the reason just for taking the edge off of this here is because when we put this in the frying pan, we don't want like a massive bottom getting burnt on it. So we'll just do that. I've got my hot fat out of the oven, so literally just the time it's taken to do all the bits and pieces you've done. There's plenty time for the oil. So I'm going to put these in upside down, so to speak. And then what I'm going to do is just turn them now the right way around. Just got to be a bit careful because the oil is a little bit hot. And just make sure they've all got a bit of a covering of the oil. And then what we're going to do is put some garlic salt on top of it. And now we're ready to put these in, and we'll put our chicken myers in as well. So I'll put these in the middle of the oven, and then I'll put the chicken myers at the top of the oven. Okay, so what do we have to drink with this? It's chicken, so white wine would go very well. But if it's going to be white wine, because you've got the curry flavours to it, I would think something that's pretty robust, so like a oaky Chardonnay, something like that. But what I've gone for is I'm going to go for a red. This is a Fitou, which is a medium-bodied red wine. It's made in France. It's actually made by an English lady called Katies Jones. But I just think that it's light enough that it goes okay with the chicken, but it can also handle the curry taste that we're going to get with it.